Hi guys, today we're going to be going over the best starter heroes in the game. So I'm going to show you my favorite heroes and I'm going to explain why I've used them and which one you should level up to start the game. So first, let's start off with the Death Warlock. The Death Warlock is one of the best heroes in the entire game. He's got an incredible summon which can also deal a small amount of AoE damage. Let's go over to his skills here. The Nether Golem is overpowered, it does massive damage, it can stun enemies for a couple of seconds. It also stays in combat for 10 seconds, which is very useful. It's like having an extra hero in your team. His basic does quite decent damage and can also heal. If we move on to his Chains of Death ability, it chains together random enemies and it can deal quite a large amount of damage. It's a very good hero. I've got him up at 3 pink stars. I'm gonna try leveling him up even further. But for now, this is as far as I've gotten him. He's an elite hero and one of the best heroes in the entire game. In my tier list video, I put him up as God tier. Now let's move on to another hero. Let's look at the War Chief, which I haven't unlocked yet, but he's one of the best heroes in the entire game. So let's pull up Nature, go to the War Chief. This guy can stun enemies, he can silence enemies, and he can interrupt. He is just an all-round incredible hero. He does massive damage and is one of the best assassins in the entire game. In my tier list video, I put him up as God tier, and he's just outrageous. In my opinion, he's the best nature hero out there, and I would highly recommend leveling up this guy if you like the look of him or if you want to build a strong nature team. Now let's move on to my favorite AoE hero. So, Lightning and then the Thunderlord. The Thunderlord is an incredible AoE hero. He does massive AoE damage to all enemies. So move on to his skills. 300% lightning damage, very strong. In my opinion, he's the best AoE damager in the entire game, and he's very accessible at early game. I got him very quickly. He's one of my first heroes, and he just looks incredible. So I love the look of the guy, and his damage is overpowered. And he's one of the better lightning heroes in the entire game. There aren't many lightning heroes I like, but this is my favorite one. Now let's move on to Hammerfall. This guy isn't an elite hero. He's the only hero on this list who isn't an elite hero, but he's as good as an elite hero. And because he isn't an elite hero, he's much easier to obtain and it's very easy to level him up. He deals very high attack damage, and his damage is on par with even some elite heroes. He can buff allies and increase speed, which is very useful, and he's a very good hero that can interrupt with his first ability. And as you can see here, 260% damage, lots of damage. Great hero. I put him as elite in my tier list video, but he's overpowered. Now let's go on to another nature hero, the Floral Fairy. The Floral Fairy is also quite accessible. At the start I got quite a few of her. It's never upgraded, I had better healers at the time. She's a very good healer who's especially good in nature teams. And she can damage enemies and allies. She can damage enemies and heal allies simultaneously. And she heals massive amounts of HP for your allies. And she also heals the entire team at once, which is very useful using her rejuvenation. Very good nature hero. Now let's move on to another assassin, the Soul Hunter. So he's water. There he is. He does very high damage and he can freeze enemies using his basic. He's a very good assassin, but he requires a good tank or healer in the team to get the best out of him. So he's a very good assassin. I just haven't leveled him up because I have better heroes in my team, which we'll go through in a minute. And I have more late game heroes too. Now let's move on to one of my favorite heroes in the entire game, Kensei. Kensei is incredible. At the start of the game, I believe there's a 99 pence pack or 99 cent pack if you're in America, where you can buy Kensei, and he's incredible, and I would highly recommend buying that pack. He's my highest level hero right now, drawn with Death Warlock. He can summon a doppelganger using his ability, Duper Strike, and it does massive damage, and it lasts for 8 seconds, it's incredible. He's also a very good interrupter and can stun other heroes. He's just an all-round god tier hero, and I would highly recommend getting this guy, leveling him up, giving him good gear. Yeah, he's just incredible. Now let's move on to another very cool hero, Shield Vigilante. In my opinion, this guy is the second best tank in the entire game. There's only one tank better than he is, I think, but he's not as accessible as this guy early game. He's got a good shield and he's very good in a water team. He's a very good tank. However, his attack is very low, but his high defense easily makes up for it. And yeah, that's my top 8 heroes. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and let me know what else you want to see. If there's anything else, let me know. I'll probably make a video on it anyways, but yeah. I'm planning on making another tier list video on just light and dark heroes.